Here's the deal. There's two sides of investing or lending into a real estate transaction or a business. I don't care what. You can be a lender on the deal or you can be a partner on the deal. You're putting money in as a lender. You've got a note and you should have a deed of trust against that property or some other collateral so that you've got remedies for defaults. Okay. So if your borrower doesn't do something they're supposed to do, doesn't maintain insurance, doesn't pay the taxes, doesn't buy you Taco Tuesdays, whatever terms and conditions you put in there, it doesn't pay you on time. If they default, you can foreclose. That is a natural, proven method for borrowing money. There's a note and a deed of trust or mortgage, and your recourse as the lender is to cause a foreclosure if they default. That is normal. You can have slight variations in the terms and conditions there. I will reiterate, and I have other videos on this, a performance deed may be illegal. In a commercial transaction, it may be much more acceptable than an owner-occupant situation. I don't want to touch them in owner-occupant situations. However, in a commercial transaction between two LLCs, that may be much more acceptable. However, I still believe it can be validly at least challenged in court, causing you way more headaches than just doing things the right way in the first place, following the judicial process, okay, or the due process of law. The other side, this is lending, this is partnering. When you partner, your only recourse is make sure your operating agreement is stacked thick with provisions for you in favor of you so that you have a way to bring their hammer down on your partners if they don't do their part. And that operating agreement is usually something private and custom that's not shared. Even if you did have a shared one, it would have to be further customized for your specific situation. And then it's all debatable in court. The only resolution is if nobody has qualms with what you caused to happen, right? Hey, you didn't do what you said you were going to do. Here's what actions we're taking. You're out of the LLC and you owe us this much money or whatever, or we're going to buy out your position, whatever that's going to be. However, they can challenge that in court and lock up the entire thing. And it can be locked up 3, 6, 9, 24 months. Court is the way to resolve what's inside an operating agreement. Foreclosure, which may go to court, is the way to resolve lending. Lending is a lot more, it may feel like it's a longer time to foreclose appropriately. However, it's a very well-defined process, very predictable. This is chaos. The operating agreement, being a partner on a deal, potentially super duper chaos when you're trying to get down to resolving problems if somebody doesn't do what they're supposed to do. That is a big deal. That's the difference. You're not both. Please stop doing this. I'm a lender and a partner. Stop doing that. You're not. Quit it. You're not a lender and a partner. You're either a lender or a partner. The combo stuff, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's foolish. Because where's the line? Because most of the people who are like, I'm a lender and a partner, have no idea where the line is between the two. It's not the same. They're providing money, but they're being promised a payback. Is the payback in the operating agreement? Okay, what if somebody doesn't perform? Now, do you get to use your benefits over here as a partner on the deal to enforce something on somebody? Or did you actually get a note and deed of trust? Because if you've got a note and deed of trust, that makes the borrowing company, the entity, a borrower. So did you borrow from yourself? That's very possible. It's a very valid situation. But did you borrow from yourself? You defaulted against you. You even as a partner. Do we understand this? It can get very convoluted. The most straightforward and reliable and consistent method is to be a lender on a deal with a note and a deed of trust and the right of foreclosure. Period. End of sentence. Much more straightforward than trying to interpret an operating agreement which you never read or signed, most of you, by the way, and then taking that to court and arguing your case. Because you didn't sign it, you didn't read it, you didn't customize it the way it needs to be. That's my parting thoughts for the day because I've got to go to dinner with this beautiful little person. What a beautiful dress.